So on this glorious Monday morning, we've got Skoda Octavia 1.6 cxxb in for a timing belt replacement. First thing we're going to want to do, get the front wheel off and the under trays off. Now we've removed all the covers, we have got lots of access. I have drained the water out the engine, slackened off the DPF pressure pipe up there. I'm just going to take the tension off the alternator belt and put the pin in the tensioner so I can get this belt off. Now we've done everything that we need to underneath the engine for now. We need to remove a few components, fuel filter housing, header tank and various pipes to gain access to the timing cover. Now we've got everything out of the way, I do need to take the timing cover off, but before we do that, the amount of people I see leaving these temperature sensors in and just bending them up out of the way, don't. Just get a crow's foot on it and remove it. Now we've got the covers off, we need to take the engine mount off, which is 13, 16 and 18. Before you do, put a jack underneath the sump with a block of wood. Now we need to take the engine mount off going to the block, which is 3/16s, 2 at the top, 1 at the bottom. You do have to just jack the engine up a little bit, get the 2 top ones and lower the engine down to get to the bottom one. Now we're ready to get the engine timed up. I have put the pins in the cam and the fuel pump. I just need to do the crank now. Right, now we need to put the pins on the crank. Now the tool has got a little cutout for the little nipple there, and all it does is just slide it into the bolt holes like so and get your pin and push it in. Right, let's get this cam belt off. Now before we take the cam belt off, we do need to slacken the pulleys off on the fuel pump and the camshaft using the correct tool. And 3 pins just slide in to the pump like that so you can hold it. You can undo your 24mm there and your 18mm on that one. Now we've got all the pulleys slackened off and the tension slackened off, the belt will just literally pull straight off. Now when changing the timing belt on these Volkswagens, you do need to change these studs here, and I'm going to be using a Bosel stud extractor. That was used for an old Vauxhall Cavaliers and what have you for manifold studs and stuff. Anyway, let's get the studs on. Now everything's stripped down and the water pump's removed, I'm going to give the area where the water pump sits a bit of a clean down with a bit of 3M Scotch pad. Now let's get this new timing belt kit fitted. It comes with all the tensioners, rollers, idlers, belt and water pump. Before anybody says, yes, I am putting a non-electronic water pump on it because there is less stuff to go wrong. And that's a new water pump fitted, 20 Newton meters and 45 degrees. Now everything's built back up with new rollers, idlers, tensioners, water pump. We do need to get the camshaft pulleys, turn it fully clockwise, same again with the fuel pump, fully clockwise. So when you fit the new timing belt and you tension it up, the pulleys will just turn back a little bit. Let's get the new belt up. Now we've got the belt back on, we do need to put some tension on the belt with a little Allen key. Now, when I slacken the pulleys off, before you'll see now why you need to. As I tension this tensioner up, you might see the pulley turning. There you go. Just turn ever so slightly. Now all I need to do is get it tensioned correctly, put the pointer in the little groove there. I can't do it while I'm filming, so anyway, let's get it tightened up. And that is the belt tensioned up. As you can see, the marker is absolutely sweet. Now we need to tighten the fuel pump pulley, the camshaft pulley, 95 Newton meters, 100 Newton meters and 9 Newton meters. Let's get it torqued up. Now everything is done to spec. I'm going to take the pins out, turn the engine over twice, double check the timing marks are spot on and rebuild it back up. I'm not going to bore you building it back up, but I'll show you when it's done. Now we've got it all built back up, I have got my vacuum and refill system on it. While that's doing this thing, I'm going to go underneath the vehicle, put the inner wheel arch on and the belly panels on, and by the time that's done, we would have been able to check for leaks and get it refilled. And there we have it. That is one timing belt replacement on a Skoda Octavia. So I'm going to carry on this afternoon and give this vehicle a full service. Anyway, this glorious weather, let's get it sent.